the live chat, the super chat, and the top chat available. I've got my pen, and this is supposed to be okay. I got to look professional here today. Hey Santos, what's that in the background? What's it remind you of? What's it remind you of? Anyways, I'm a little fidgety here, man. I feel good. Sunday night. Welcome. This is Santos here, right out of Stockton, California. And I want to welcome you for about 30 minutes if you're here. If you are a gambler that's desiring to overcome, break through, and recognize who you really are and take back your power. If that's what you want, I'm encouraging you to stay with me tonight for a little bit. This is going to be episode number 467. I think it might have been the wrong number in the intro. So 467, I am Santos here. I'll be here for about 30 minutes or less. Who knows? Maybe 15 minutes. I'm not here to entertain you. By the way, I'm running out of power, so I got to talk as quick as possible. I invited Jim, but I can't stay. I can't stay on the system for too long because I'm running out of power. I don't have my keys, so I got to do this as quick as possible. Shout out to Jim. Shout out to Race and anybody else that joins me tonight. Hopefully I can see a comment or two. I don't have it. I don't know who's going to be moderating. If anyone's moderating, you're welcome to join me. Again, we're basically on the topic of journaling and talking about or sharing about your self-talk. Again, I'm going to go through this kind of quick. If you have a question, please, you can throw it in there. If this is your first time here, subscribe. Hey, if you find it cool, you want to like this content, I'm not here to entertain, by the way. No, I kind of am here to I'm here to entertain a little bit. You can subscribe. Make sure a thumbs up helps, even a share. All right. So welcome to Your Solution Live. I got my notes handy right here. I got my pen. Turn down all distractions, every one of them. Do I have to turn down all distractions in front of me? Yes, I do. I lost my keys, but the car's behind me and I'm good to go. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. So welcome once again. And we're going to talk. I'm just going to share, folks. This is powerful what I'm going to share. It is a little bit about journaling. So stick around. Stick around. And if you can, and by the way, if you want to subscribe to this, subscribe. There's a free quick guide. There's an ebook by email. I can send it to you if you're interested, and use it and take advantage of you so that you can renew your mind and recognize who you really are, so you can live daily on a better mindset, on a better level. Does that make sense, folks? By the way, if I have a moderator and I can't see no comments, I can't for some reason. A super chat is on. If you like, you can always buy a sticker too. But thank you here. But this is what I want to read before I get into this, talking about the power. I want to share with you the power of what is available to you, the power of journal, along with this right here, right? Some of you might have some really good looking lips, but I'm not talking about the lips. I'm talking about the words. I'm talking about the tone. I'm also speaking and I'm sharing with you about what it is that you're receiving. Who is speaking to you about what? What are they saying to you? So let me read the proverb for today out of the book of Psalms real quick, and then we'll get into this, and then I get to go home and you get to go home. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that very much. Very kindly of you. Psalm 113. Praise ye the Lord. Praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Well, you say, Santos, what should I be grateful for? What can I be grateful for? How can I be grateful? Well, what can you be grateful for? Think about, is there anything in your life? Maybe right now you don't feel like there's anything grateful. Maybe you don't see it. One of the most important things that you should be doing is getting to a place of clarity. You need to have clarity. Number one, let me stick with me, okay? And how does journaling, how in the world is journaling going to help you get some clarity? Hold on a minute. Stay with me. All right? Stay with me. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back and we are back. Let me do something real quick here. And oh yeah, we got power. We got the generator going. Yeah, baby. I love it. I'm telling you, man, gambling broke me bad one time. Gambling broke me down. It broke me down bad one time. But you know what I did? I'll tell you, folks. Number one, clarity. We're talking about journaling. Thank you, Lord, for your grace and your mercies. Man, I've gone through the shitter. I remember gambling had me in a bad place. Bad place. But I kept journaling and I kept journaling and I kept writing down, I am stronger than this gambling. I am stronger than this slop. I am stronger than this confusion I am stronger than this gambling. Gambling is a big fat lie. Gambling is a big fat lie. And I wrote it over and over and over and over. Now this might seem stupid to some of you, but I did just that, folks. I wrote it over and over. And of course I did self-talk. And I do a lot of prayers. Obviously, I read the Bible. I'm a sinner like everybody else, folks. I don't have it all together, man. I wish I had it all together, but I used a journal and I just kept writing. I knew there was something about writing it over and over and over. I didn't know any other way. I wasn't smart enough. I was just living by faith in words, and I thought, well, wait a minute. If the Bible is full of words, it's got to mean something, because God wouldn't have gave us this book full of words. So words and sentences mean something. It's powerful, and we got words and stuff, the text and meanings that come out of our mouths. I'm telling you, it's powerful, and if you're not using it effectively, you are being dominated by the game, by the matrix, by the machine. And it is a machine out there. Doesn't matter if it's the lottery, if it's the SOS ball, if it's the dogs running backwards. It's all a machine. Los Santos, people are winning. Yes, people are winning on a certain machine, on a certain night, at a certain time. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean? Oh, there's jackpots. Yes, there's a certain machine. One, two, maybe out of 80 machines, out of 100 machines, there's two machines that hit a jackpot. Well, man, you haven't hit that machine yet. You haven't found that machine. Man, I've been looking for that machine for 25 years, Santos. Well, you haven't found it yet? You think you're going to find it? How much have you invested? How much have you invested into this thing? So, folks, this is what I'm telling you, man. If you're struggling with gambling, if you're struggling, you need clarity. You need clarity. And the best way to get clarity, I, I don't know if there's any questions. I can't see them for some reason, but that's going to change soon. Very soon, I'm going to be able to see your questions. By the way, if you're asking, why is there a vulture behind you? I went to go visit a friend of mine, the vulture. Okay. You know what the vulture reminds me of the game. The vultures, they're just waiting for the kill. They're waiting, right? They're waiting for the kill. WFK. Right there, waiting for the kill. And so is the game. So the better that you understand what you're up against. Listen, isn't that true? Well, Santos, I don't plan on quitting gambling. I won some money last week. As a matter of fact, I hit one of those machines that you were talking about for a pretty good jackpot. So I'm good to go for at least another couple weeks, Santos. I don't need to journal. What do I need to journal for, man? I'm doing fine, man. I hit a jackpot last week, and that jackpot is going to carry me through. I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit another jackpot, Santos. I'm going to hit another jackpot, man. I believe in myself. I'm glad that you have that faith in yourself, but see, the system doesn't work with you, friend. The system doesn't work with you. The system is working. It's not rigged. Somebody said, well, it's rigged. No, the system's not rigged. It's set. The system's set. It's set for a certain time, just like these lotteries and all these other things that are going on. And yet, we just keep investing, 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 and hoping that we will get something out of it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if this is true, but I heard this all the major banks in the United States have taken a $50 billion loss, or they've taken a $50 billion wanting to bring in money. I don't know what it is, but the number 50 billion doesn't sound very positive. And I think the banks may have some problems. Well, you might say, well, Santos, what does journaling have to do with self talk? They both go together, man. They complement each other. Number two, they complement. Okay. Number one, journaling is going to give you clarity. What, what, what is, when you write things down, is it true? Is it not true? You don't have to answer this. When you write something down, it causes you to look at it, right? Of course, if you write something down, you want to write something down that you can possibly understand. So, this is what journaling does. It causes you to think so that you can get clarity of mind. When you start writing things on paper, you can create vision for yourself. And I guarantee this. I guarantee that if you're willing to do this simple practice of simply writing down what it is that you want, especially if you want to overcome an addiction of some kind. It could be pornography. It could be gambling. It could be playing in the drac, right? Shooting, uh, playing with the slot machines. SLOP. Yes, slop machines. What do you get? I wish, man, when I was playing the games, I wish every time that I sat down to play the games, I wish that I could win. I wish. I wasn't really winning because even if I got $1,000 from the machine, 3 weeks prior to me winning from that 1,000 or 2,000, 3 weeks prior, I had already invested 2,000 or more. So we don't think about these things, and you have to think about these things, right? This is part of retraining, like the Bible says, um, in the book of Romans. Um, by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And we all fall short. Let me tell you something. I fall short. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I fall short. I get up. I get up. How do you get up, Santos? Man, I use a journal. I pray about it. I come here and I cry to you guys. And I put a picture of a vulture in the background to remind us it's waiting for the kill, right? One of the worst things, friend on the other side, thank you for being here. I want to welcome those of you. By the way, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please help me, support me here. One of the worst things is being broke, man, isn't it? right now, right today, right? Tomorrow's Monday. When you wake up Monday morning being fucking broke, oh, it's the worst feeling on Monday morning. What if you have to go to work? What if you're not? I'm retired. I'm grateful for that. What if you had to go to work Monday morning and you are broke? Let me tell you something. I love people. I enjoy being around people sometimes, but and I'm not saying this to you on the other side, but I can tell you I know when I was broke and gambling all fucked up, I was one miserable SOB on Monday morning. Miserable SOB on Sunday morning. Oh man, let it burn, that feeling of being broke. So we don't go that route. Man, I'm tired of being broke. Man, I'm going to overcome this brokenness. I'm tired of being broke. I will overcome this brokenness. I will. I am overcoming this brokenness. I am overcoming. You know how many times I wrote that over and over in my journals? I wrote it over and over until it sank into my skull. And I started believing it. I actually started believing what I was writing. Imagine that. I didn't know if the experiment would work. I didn't know. I didn't know. But I said, you know what? I said, pardon my French. And Lord, forgive me. I said, fuck it. I'm going to go for this because there's got to be a way out of this. There has to be. I watched videos. I watched lots of videos. And I didn't watch 5-minute videos, folks. I didn't watch it. You know, my desperation was so fucking bad. I wanted out of gambling so fucking bad. I wanted to overcome this fucking shit so fucking bad. I would stay up at night, even after the casinos. I would come home at time of crying and I would go on YouTube. Before this even existed, I would go on YouTube and I would watch videos for hours, folks, not for 5 or 10 minutes. So subliminal, the colors, the sights, the sound and videos are good, and you can't sit there all the time watching, right? You can't watch them, but as much as you can, it stimulates your mind, everything about you. And of course, as you move on the other side, right? You're writing things down, you're thinking, right? You're even speaking to yourself as I'm sharing with you. That causes you to learn. My friend, if you sit there like this, you're not going to learn. You won't learn anything. You'll hear me talking about these great practices. You got to move. Listen, that's why I say turn down all distractions. Do some jumping jacks right now. Ca- You know, move your body, your emotions. You cannot sit still and learn. You got to cause some kind of activity to really get what I'm saying here. Know what I mean? I was talking to my doctor, and I get animated. I do. I drank a little bit of too much coffee. I get animated with my hands, and I do. But I've got neuropathy, so a couple of weeks ago, I was at the doctor's office, and I won't say her name, female doctor, my first visit at the VA and everything. She goes, and some things transpired. Listen, folks, I suffer from some severe pain in the back of my neck, neuropathy, really bad. It's gotten a lot better. And she accused me of doing something in the office. And then she said, "Are you giving me the finger?" So I got to watch it sometimes because my finger, I get, no, I would not give my finger to a female doctor, I would never do that. I'd pull her hair first. No, I wouldn't do that. But I would not give a finger. And but it's just the way these two fingers are numb. Sometimes it just, hey, I might be saying you're number one by mistake. All right. But I did not do that. It was weird. She actually see this is a weird world that we live in, and especially veterans that have been through military training and boot camp and stuff. Some of you, if you know what I'm talking about, that's where I come from. I come from that mysterious world of boot camp for 14 weeks and living on an aircraft carrier for 4 years and going into the reserves and stuff. So don't trigger me. I understand a little bit about the mind. Little bit, poquito. Anyways, I got to get off here, folks. I know I'm going overboard here. So the doctor accused me of giving. No, I didn't do that. I said, doctor, if you think I gave you the finger, I apologize, but that's not that. Look, I've got neuropathy in these two fingers. You know, I'm like, This one slipped up by mistake. I thought she was being for real. I'm like, okay, well, it's what it is. And I said, I don't think I want to be around that doctor too much because I feel triggered. Anyhow, so clarity, number one, you're going to get clarity from journaling, folks. This is what you're going to get. If you're willing to journal, if you're willing to practice a few minutes, listen, you can do this with pen and paper, right? Pen and paper. You can do that in a little book. You can get the Perspective app. It's free. You can download it. I appreciate the donation. Thank you. Appreciate that. By the way, um the Perspective app, let me get to this. The Perspective app is a digital download free app. Free. It's free, no cost. You download it. It's called the Perspective app. It's digital and you can use it. It'll text you, it'll talk to you, it'll sing songs. No, I won't sing songs to you. But you can set it up to send you texts and remind you, hey, uh Jill, Bob, don't you have something you want to put in your journal today? Hey, how was your day? Listen, folks, technology at its best, and I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it all the time. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders, right? That's why we do this program on Sundays. This program is a good reminder. I'm kind of redundant. Santos, I keep hearing the same thing. I know. One of these days when we get it all, I'll change it. By the way, I do want to thank you there, whoever donated. I can't see the chat, man, but that's going to change here very soon. I promise that. We're going to get ready to go into a studio soon. Um, there's a few things I got to do here probably over the next week, Lord willing. Um, if not, it'll be within the next 2 weeks. And I'm inviting everybody to get on the camera with me, man. I want to see a panel of like 5 people talking about gambling and you know you know what? I'm failing, Santos. I'm failing, Santos, at gambling. But man, I hear you. And I'm going to write and I'm going to write and I'm going to journal and I'm going to watch myself talk and I'm going to watch some of your videos and I'm going to watch videos for an hour. Oh, maybe not videos for an hour. But okay, here's what I wanted to get back regarding the videos. All right. I would watch these videos over and over and then I would just put them in the background. And then that's what gave me the idea to create my own videos, folks. That's what inspired me. Somebody else inspired me to do what I'm doing today. I remember this guy from Canada. Oh, what's his channel? I don't think he's on. I don't know. I don't even know if he's alive, honestly. One of the videos I used to watch all the time. A guy from Canada. Um, what's the name of the channel? Doesn't come to mind right now. He was a man from Canada, and he talked about he was a very wealthy individual. He had an office full of computers. I don't know if he was trading, but that's where he made his videos. And he talked about his boat, and he talked about his marriage, and he talked about his house, and he talked about lots of money. And he's from Canada. Canada. I don't know if it was slot machines or card playing. I think he was a card player. And I would listen to him because it's the same thing. It's gambling. And I've had friends in prison right now. Is going to be getting out for sheriff, a 30-year sheriff of his name's Sam Krish. He's going to be getting out of prison soon. He fell hard also because of gambling. And I used to listen to this guy and others, and then I would write like thoughts that would come to me. It's the same thing I share with you guys, man. Same thing that's been given to me, I share with you. You pass it on, right? Some Jim told me pass it forward, pass it forward, and that's what I've been doing. I try to do that financially too. Pass it forward. I do my best with what I have financially. I do like to give. At times, I do like to give. I do give to certain on a monthly basis. There are certain charities that I give to, and then there are places that I think about giving to, but I probably won't because I don't. It's uncertain, right? You don't want to give. You, it's like the gambling, the machines, man. It's uncertain, right? You give money. It's like a big the whole system, the machine, the whole matrix, friend. It's like a big ATM machine. And we're putting deposits in that ATM machine. And then there's people that go in there with the right card and the right number and they get the money out. That's kind of like the way it works. So with journaling, you're going to get some clarity. I guarantee you that. You're also going to get with self-talk joining journaling, you're going to get compliment. Okay, or it complements. They complement each other. In other words, come on, Santos, spit it out, man. All right, man. Anyways, so and what would be the third thing? Why would I tell you to journal? We're going to close here. I'm going to come to an end here, but why would I want you to journal? Why would I invite you to journal? Why would I invite you to practice such an ancient historical art? No, it's not. This is today modern. People people are journaling today. People journal on my YouTube channels. Look at my comments, thousands and thousands. Who knows? Out of all the videos that I have, I could have maybe millions of comments now. I try to get to all of them. There's no way that I can. That's journaling. People are journaling. You got people that journal with Chat GPT. I use it, Chat GPT, for some information, and every once in a while I throw in a little bit of a question. Hey, this is going on, and can you give me some scripture out of the Bible? I want it scripture based. I don't just want it out of the brain. The brain. Woo! ChatGPT, the brain, super artificial intelligence, connecting with Earth, connecting with Santos, connecting with. No, I don't. I want Bible face, and then you can tell me what you. Okay, so I believe the greatest thing, and I'm going to end here, folks. But listen, I got to do this. Habakkuk in the Bible talks about writing the vision down. In Habakkuk in the Old Testament, write the vision down so that they that read it can run with it. Friend, if you want to run your life, you got to know what track you're on. You got to know what track you're on. How do you know what track you're on unless you're actually writing and putting something there in front of you to focus on so that you can see, so that if you do gamble, at least you're still focused, right? Because eventually what's going to happen is if you keep writing this thing out, a new vision, you're going to see that gambling is just a complete waste of time. And hey, you might go. You might decide to go. You might decide to go once in 6 months. You might decide to go once in a year. Or you may decide not to go at all because you're going to see the reality of what it is, this system. And folks, I don't know if we really, I believe very strongly that you should be using your self-talk and writing down your writing. Well, Santos, I never journaled before. I don't even know what to write, Santos. Man, I started writing in a journal and all I could do was scribble. Hey, that's fine. Scribbling's fine. It gets better. Okay? It gets better. The more that, remember I said number one, see if you were taking notes. Some of you guys are breaking my heart. I'm telling you. I can hear you complaining. Santos, get up. Yeah, we gotta go. I got, my soup's cooking, stove. I appreciate every one of you guys. We're coming to an end here. We're going to talk again about journaling, and we're going to talk again about your self-talk, because there is so much that I can share, and you too. Hopefully you'll be able to come on the camera and say, "You know what, Santos, this happened to me. I started really just listening to myself." As weird as that fucking sounds, pardon my French vanilla, I started listening to myself, actually really listening to myself. And you know what, Santos? I could hear that negative voice that you're talking about. I could hear it in the background. And now I catch myself. In fact, I catch myself so good that the last time I was at the motor vehicle department, the person behind me thought I was talking to them. You can have conversations with yourself. It's okay. Sometimes you can do it in your mind, right? It's called discipline. It's called mind over matter. Mind over matter. I used to have more hair here, I think. See, on this side, a little bit. Yeah, I think I did when I was in the military. It covered a little bit more, but anyways, that's what happens when you get older. Yeah. By the way, once again, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Listen, there's a free quick guard, free for you on the other side. A quick guide. It's a strange one, but it really challenges you. This quick guide that I put together challenges you. So if you're up for the challenge, hey, will it make you quit? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? That thing might get you angry, and you might quit. I don't know. I've got two little ebooks, little mind stimulators that you can read in 5 or 10 minutes just to get your mind. Again, folks, you got to do this. You got to train yourself. You got to read. You got to read. You got to prepare your mind. You got to learn to think. You got to learn to think about where you are, who you are, what it is that you want, and the atmosphere. Where are you? We're here in this community. What are we here learning? Where are we going? Oh, I know where I'm going, man. I want to go further into the kingdom of light, folks. I don't know about you, but I want to go into the depths, into the very depths of the kingdom of light, the kingdom of glory, the kingdom of the most high. And when I leave this world, when I leave this world, when that final door opens, when that final door opens, well, I won't remember anything that happened on this planet. It's the born again experience happens here. All right, it happens on this side. That's all I can tell you. John chapter 3, remember that? Let me preach a sermon to you. No, I'm getting ready to close here because I really thank all of you. Appreciate all of you guys. But the Bible in the New Testament, John 3:3, does talk about being born again, right? Except you cannot enter the kingdom, right? And whose work is this? It's not my work. Is it your work? No, it's God's work. That's why I share the Bible, right? I share the word. That's it. You read the Bible and pray, say, Lord, well, if I'm meant to go into the kingdom of light, if I'm meant to go into this utopia you talk about in the Bible, I'm praying that you'll bring me through there. Bring me into that, Lord. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know how. I probably don't even I I don't know. I probably don't even really want to go to some utopia because I don't believe. Maybe I don't believe, or maybe I have skepticism or what have you. But it sounds cool. Some utopia, some kingdom of light, some kingdom of living, a kingdom of glory, wonderful things. Yeah, I think that might be some thought I could probably, uh, uh, you know, think about there. So have mercy on me too, Lord. Okay, clarity, clarity, uh, self-talk and journaling is going to complement each other. For you, it's going to help you big time. I'm telling you, practice. Okay, I wish somebody would prove me wrong. Nobody's proved me wrong in the 45 years that I've been preaching here on YouTube. No, it's not been 45 years. Probably been maybe 10 years, 15 years. No one has put in the comments. Well, I've had some tricksters, and I've had some snake oil salesmen that have made comments. I've even had Russians threaten me, but they never showed up. I even invited them for lunch. Hey, come down here to Stockton. I'm gonna buy you lunch, sandwich. Maybe you want a Reuben sandwich. Russians like Reuben sandwich. I don't know. Maybe I. Too much coffee, Santos. All right, take it easy, man. All right, compliment. And then lastly, journaling will help you create vision. Folks, you need vision. If you're lost, if you feel like you're dark, if you feel like you're all alone, you may not feel alone. You may not feel alone, but you might feel like everybody else around you and everything else around you is all alone and empty. You need vision. Okay, the one that can give you vision is God, but write it down. What is God giving you? Well, by this year, I want to, by this year or 6 months from now, I want to have at least $10,000 in the bank, man. $10,000 I lost in the last 6 months. I want to at least have $10,000 in the bank, man. Okay, that's vision. Write it down, man. Well, how are you going to do it? I don't know how you're going to do it, but if you write it down, at least you'll get an idea of how you may be able to do it, right? If you don't write it down, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get shit if you don't write it down. If you write it down, the possibilities go up to about maybe 70%, maybe 80%. Okay, 80% out of 100 is a lot better than 20%. Would you say so? But you got to write it down, folks. Okay, you got to use your journal, please. I'm begging. I'm, I'm begging. No, I'm not begging you. You're gonna do whatever you want to. All right, I gotta get off the airways, folks. Listen, I had too much coffee, and I probably had a few Heinekens with. No, I don't drink alcohol. I get really sick. I'd probably throw up if I did Heinekens. But I used to smash them. Those Heinekens, boy. Oh yeah, I remember when I went up to Germany. Of course, didn't get off. I didn't go into port, but we landed at Germany. We were there for a day, And no, I didn't have any. I had Heineken probably at the next port. The green bottles. So, wow, thank you, and I appreciate the donations, the support. Everyone that supports here, I I'm gonna pray for a blessing over your life. I'm gonna be back here again next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here. We're gonna be talking about journaling again. We're gonna dig into this, folks. We're just scratching the surface. We are. I do too many videos, live programs, and we have one segment. No, this is the second week. We're gonna go on a third week, and we're gonna do some damage in the invisible realm because we're going to get people practicing journaling and ST, baby. ST, baby. By the way, I feel like this is the flag of Puerto Rico. I'm not Captain America. Or maybe I am Captain America. The Puerto Rico flag that I got on here. So, all right, Sunday. What else we got? Hey, thank you for the donation. $7 or more, right? $7,000 or more. You can support this mission. Um, $7 or more if you can. Again, free quick guide. We got 2 ebooks. All you got to do is email me and say, Santos, I want to know what these books are all about. I want to peek into your freaking mind, dude. You're a fucking weird dude. I want to peek into this shit and see what you're all about, MMPC and all this stuff. And do you talk about coffee too and Red Bull? No, no, I don't. But sometimes I overdo it. Some of you can tell. Sometimes I do overdo it. You might think, well, I think this guy's doing too much Coke. I've slowed down on the Coke, okay? Coca-Cola, and by the way, I'm talking about the stuff you drink. Hey, you're thinking dirty, man, on the other side. All right, I gotta go. Man, I wish I could see the comments, but I don't see them. For some reason, the comments are being blocked or something. But we're gonna take care of that very soon. So I gotta get off here. Thank you guys once again, and hey, a toast. Okay, I got vodka in here, by the way. You can't tell. No, it's only water. Hey, I'll see you guys on my next live. Be kind to somebody, pay it forward, and watch what you talk about and do some journaling.